Good morning and welcome to SCSA's Toolbox Tuesday. My name is Justin Brooks, Safety Advisor for the SCSA, and I'll be presenting today's Toolbox talk on emergency showers and eyewash stations. Before I start the presentation, I just want to take a moment to discuss a few items before we get going. This presentation is being recorded and will be available for later viewing on Facebook and our YouTube channel. So if you're not following our social media accounts, make sure after this presentation you give this video a like and a share, and follow our pages to keep up to date on safety in Saskatchewan. All right. So, as you know, already explained, we will be talking about emergency showers and eyewash stations. So, I'm just going to share my screen here with you guys. All right. So, emergency showers and eyewash stations. So, what are the requirements? So in Saskatchewan, the Occupational Health and Safety Regulations 2020 require regular showers in the workplace if workers' skin is regularly exposed to harmful or offensive substances. So that's in Regulation 611. Emergency showers if workers could be quickly injured after substantial skin contamination by corrosive or other harmful substances. This is in Regulation 2111. And eye washes if workers' eyes could be quickly injured by corrosive or other harmful substances. Regulation 2112. Some workplaces may actually require both regular and emergency showers, right? It just all depends on what you have on site. So regular showers. Working conditions may result in workers' skin being routinely exposed to some substances to an extent that is harmful or offensive. In these situations, employers are required to provide suitable and adequate regular shower facilities. A regular shower is intended to prevent harmful effects that can occur after repeated exposures. So this could be like chronic effects, right? To certain substances or to wash off offensive substances. Employers must allow sufficient time during normal working hours for workers to use these facilities. The facilities must include suitable and clean change facilities. So emergency showers and eye washes. Accidents and other unanticipated events may expose workers to corrosive or other harmful substances that can injure exposed skin or eyes after a single exposure. Often the injury occurs immediately or within a short time. So these are things like chemical burns. Some substances can be rapidly absorbed or have toxic effects within a short time. So these are things like quick-acting poisons, where these effects can occur after a worker or worker's clothing is substantially contaminated by corrosive or other harmful substances. The employer must provide and maintain an approved means of bathing or showering the worker with lukewarm water. Where eye injury can occur from exposure to corrosive or other harmful substances, the employer must provide approved equipment to flush the eyes. So your general requirements. So the employer, in consultation with the Occupational Health Committee, the worker occupational health and safety rep, or the worker should examine the need for an emergency shower and or eye wash based on this guideline. Emergency showers and eye washes that meet the performance specifications described in this presentation are acceptable as approved. Emergency showers and eye washes. Eye wash shower combination units can be used as long as a shower and eye wash components both meet corresponding performance specifications. The shower and eye wash units must be readily accessible and must be effectively and promptly remove a harmful substance. Audible alarms or blinking lights may be used to indicate when emergency equipment is in use. Alarms that can immediately alert other workers are particularly important where workers may require the use of emergency showers and eye wash in remote or isolated areas. Employers must ensure that all plumbed-in units are flushed weekly and must ensure the proper operation and drainage. Self-contained units must be visually inspected weekly to see if flushing fluid needs replacing. The employer must provide instruction to workers on how to properly use emergency showers and eye washes. Plumbed-in and self-contained units shall be protected from freezing and must be inspected annually to ensure confirmation of the current standard. So now that current standard that I'm talking about is ANSI ISEA Z358.1, and it's titled 2014 Emergency Eye Wash and Shower Equipment. That document is absolutely important for really understanding every part of this. I can't fit it all into a short toolbox talk. So again, this is the ANSI ISEA Z358.1, which is titled 2014 Emergency Eye Wash and Shower Equipment. So If you have additional questions, of course, you can call us over at Advisory Services, but definitely take a look through that document as well. So where emergency showers and eye washes required? So an emergency shower is required when workers handle large quantities of corrosive or other harmful substances that have rapid effects on a regular basis in a manner that may result in substantial contamination of the worker's skin. Eye wash is required where workers handle substances that are corrosive or otherwise harmful to eyes on a regular basis in a manner of use that may result in harmful eye exposure. However, in some cases, emergency showers and eye washes are needed when the substance or container of the substance is always present at the work site, but not necessarily handled as part of the normal work process. An example where a substance is used only during maintenance, right? So you may, just to maintain a piece of equipment, whether it's, bi-week, well, even further than bi-weekly, we're talking on maybe a monthly or semi-annual basis, right? So corrosive substances include acids, bases, peroxides, and some metal salts. Strong oxidizing agents are often corrosive. The skin and eye corrosion hazard of acids base depends on the pH or relative acidity or basicity of a solution containing the substance. There's more of a risk of injury as the pH becomes lower than 2.5 or higher than 11.5. Corrosive substances. So the nature of the substance could be the issue. So bases, such as a caustic soda, are more harmful than acids because they dissolve tissues and penetrate deeper into the skin. Mineral acids, such as hydrochloric acid or nitric acid, are generally more harmful than organic acids, such as something like citric acid, right? Some substances like hydrofluoric acid, chromic acid, phenol, and chlorinated acids are exceptionally corrosive. It depends on the concentration as well. So an acute corrosion hazard should be expected when the concentration of one of these substances exceeds 20%. There are some exceptions, including highly corrosive substances like hydrofluoric acid, where the concentrations less than 10% can be severely corrosive. The eyes are more sensitive to the effects of corrosive substances. Even low concentrations of corrosive substances could be suspected as being harmful to the eyes. Then we have the other substances. A substance that has a dermal LD50 value of less than 200 milligrams per kilogram, which is very toxic, can cause a toxic effect when applied to the skin for a short time. Certain insecticides, wood preservatives, and organic metal compounds are examples of such toxins. Strong allergenic agents such as plastic monomers, for example, TDI, can cause severe allergic or irritant effects after brief skin exposures. Particles can cause mechanical injury to the eye. In addition, some may have toxic effects or cause eye infections. Metallic or crystalline particles can be especially harmful. Substances identified on a safety data sheet, or SDS, as severe skin or eye irritants and any other substance for which the SDS indicates an emergency shower or eye wash as a first aid recommendation should be considered. However, the risk of an injury must be the prime factor for determining whether an emergency shower or eye wash is. So we said regular basis a lot. It's important to know that regular basis means the substance is used repetitively. It's part of the normal work process, right? So this is something that if it's part of your work process, this could be considered a regular basis. Manner of use. So that matters, right? The way a product is used affects the risk of eye exposure or substantial contamination of the worker's body. Handling large quantities or working with or near open containers or tanks of substances is more likely to result in accidents and substantially contaminate a worker. The height at which a substance is stored or handled is an important factor. If the height is above the shoulder level, the risk of accidental exposure is greater. This is especially true if the substance is being transferred from one container to another above shoulder height. Eye contact is more likely when the substance becomes airborne in adequate concentrations or amounts. So, for example, in the form of particles, mist, or vapors, or when the substance splashes during the work process. Consider the extent of the contaminant of the substance, the likelihood of accidental releases, the availability and use of protective clothing or equipment, and the level of worker training. So what are the approved emergency showers and eye washes? So the current standard of emergency showers and eye washes is ANSI ISEA Z358.1, and the document is titled 2014 Emergency Eye Wash and Shower Equipment. Equipment that meets the existing ANSI standard or any updated standard will likely meet the performance specifications described. So if you want to order the standard, which also includes information on installation and testing, you can phone the American National Standards Institute customer service at 1-212-642-4980. Both self-contained and plumbed units may comply with the ANSI standard. Performance standards include the following key points. The shower must be constructed of non-corrosive materials. Water must be delivered at a velocity that can't injure a worker. I can't say that word ever. Injurious to a worker for 15 minutes. The shower must deliver at least 75.7 liters a minute, so 20 gallons a minute, for plumbed or self-contained units. The on-off control must be easy to reach and start the water flowing within 1 second or less of being activated. The valve must remain open and the flow rate maintained without the use of operator's hands until intentionally shut off. There must be a minimum unobstructed area of 86.4 centimeters or 34 inches in diameter if an enclosure is used. The emergency shower must be identified with a clearly visible sign, and the area around it shall be well lit. The shower must be readily accessible, meaning an injured worker anywhere in the risk area must be able to reach the nearest shower within 10 seconds. The path of the shower must be kept clear, and it should be within 100 feet or 30 meters of the risk area. The water temperature should be kept constant and should be within 16 and 38 degrees Celsius. In situations where the chemical may burn the skin, the temperature should be closer to 15 degrees Celsius. In rare situations, certain chemicals may undergo injurious reactions that are accelerated at a certain temperature. Consult the SDS and the chemical supplier for any restrictions on temperature used for the emergency shower. Regular showers can have to be modified to meet these standards. Acceptable eye washes. So both self-contained and plumbed units meet the existing ANSI standard. Performance standards include the following key points. Velocity of the water must be low enough not to be injurious to the worker. Water must be delivered to both eyes simultaneously at a rate of at least 1.5 liters a minute for 15 minutes. If the eye face wash equipment, it must deliver a minimum of 11.4 liters a minute. So that's 3 gallons a minute for 15 minutes. The eye wash must be constructed of non-corrosive materials. Water flow must start within 1 second of being turned on. It should remain on without the use of the operator's hands until intentionally shut off. The water must be clean and without visible contamination, dirt, rust, etc., and not acidic or alkaline. If self-contained units are used, water must be replaced and or treated according to the manufacturer's instructions. In the absence of manufacturer's instructions, water should be changed monthly. Another appropriate liquid is acceptable if the supplier indicates the liquid is used as an eye wash. The eye wash must be readily accessible, meaning an injured worker anywhere in the risk area must be able to reach it within 10 seconds. The path to eye wash must be kept clear. The water temperature should be kept constant between the temperatures of 16 and 38 degrees Celsius. Temperatures above 27 degrees are advised in most cases. In situations where the chemical can burn, temperatures closer to 15 degrees are recommended. In rare situations, certain chemicals may undergo injurious reactions that are accelerated at certain temperatures. So again, make sure that you're consulting the SDS on whether or not your eye wash is right for the chemicals that you guys are using. Personal eye wash equipment, so those bottles that you see everywhere, are inadequate when used alone, but can be used to support emergency eye washes. The value of these units is that they can be kept in the immediate area of the worker and used immediately following an exposure. The worker can then proceed to the emergency eye wash and flush for the 15-minute period. Because they do not provide 15 minutes of continual flushing, they do not meet the standards for emergency eye wash when used alone. Personal eye wash equipment is not a substitute for a 15-minute emergency wash, except in rare situations where the use of the latter is not practicable. Instructions and the expiry date must be prominently affixed to these bottles, and the bottles should not be exposed to ambient temperatures exceeding 38 degrees Celsius to protect from freezing. And drench hoses. Drench hoses can be used to support self-contained or plumb shower or eye wash units, but cannot replace them. Drench hoses used with the truck-mounted reservoirs may replace showers for temporary work sites where the risk of accidental substantial contamination is low. Well, this concludes our SCSA Toolbox Talk. I would like to take a moment to thank all of you. By watching and participating in these discussions, we're all working together in making Saskatchewan the safest construction environment in Canada. I also remind everyone that we have our presentations available on our YouTube channel. So go check them out because they are a great resource for training and toolbox talks. Remember to like, share this video, and follow us on all social media platforms. That's the end of me for today. Have a great day, everyone, and work safe.